welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about the keyword search tool that I'm currently using. So as many of you may know, I'm a beginner to SEO. I've currently built a website to around 52 pages, about 53 now, sorry. But yesterday I've done a video on exactly how I actually compose and construct my content, and then I gave you like a brief insight to a tool that I currently use. So the tool that I'm using is called Keysearch.co. But the reason why I'm using that tool is, first of all, because it's quite good on the budget. So for someone who's just starting out, it's not that costly, and it allows you to get the information that you need and the data that you need for your website without having to pay these big costs. Because I was looking when I started and I was seeing like all of these different SEO tools where I'd find like Ahrefs to be, I think it's like $99 a month or something like that. Then you've got SEMrush, which is again 99, and all these other fancy tools. And really and truly, like all of them, as far as I know, from like obviously the person I've been learning from, which is Franklin Hatchett, all of them are kind of inaccurate. It's like a ballpark figure. So based on that, if you're not really making that much revenue from your site at this point in time, then it's not worth going and spending loads of cash on tools. For those of you who are kind of against tools, I think it could be good as to a certain degree, because for a lot of you who are not using them at all, you basically might be making pages or creating web pages based on sort of manual research, and there's no guarantee that you actually know how many searches that it's getting, so you don't even have like the average or anything like that. So for those of you, you might find this interesting because the tool is so cheap. So putting out like $18 or whatever else it is per month is not really a lot, and obviously it's just a month by month subscription, so you're never tied into anything long term or anything like that. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to do that over on my computer. But before we get into it, I'm just going to explain a few things that I will be going over. So I'll be covering exactly how to find keywords on the tool. Now the tool has a brilliant backlink checker as well. So you can basically plug in a URL, whether it be a specific domain or an actual like URL for a specific page, and it will bring up like the actual backlinks that are linking to it, and it will also show you the anchor text. So that's the word that's actually being used to link back to the relevant source. So for example, if you're saying click here on your page, click here is the actual anchor text if it's highlighted in blue as a hyperlink. So a hyperlink is just a link that allows you to basically click and be taken to another website or server. Okay, so anyway, just to sort of, without getting too technical, what the backlink tool does on the site is pretty good, but I think it could be better. So in regards to that, I tend to use the free Ahrefs backlink tool, backlink checker. So for Ahrefs, they actually do a free service for that, and you can use that. If you don't know sort of how to get to it, I'll leave a link for that. And also you can just do that. Actually, I won't leave a link for that. You can just Google that, because all it is YouTube tend to restrict your content and the reach if you start leaving lots of links. They want people as expected to stay on this platform. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take you over to the tool. Like I said, guys, this is no expert advice. This is purely a person who's in the same position as you, like a friendly neighbor next door, just sharing my story. So this channel is purely to document that. But anyway, I talk too much. Let's get into the computer. Okay, brilliant. So I've just came in onto the tool. I'm currently using my internal mic today, so I'm not sure how that's going to be. It's because of where I have the office. It's kind of in the corner of a room, which kind of echoes, as you would have noticed from the last video. But for those of you who watched my last video, you would have seen that I gave you like a quick snippet of this tool and exactly an insight of what you can expect to use it for. So as you can see, like my site's about dogs anyway, so I don't mind you seeing that keyword. But what we're going to do today is go through a total breakdown of exactly how you would use this tool. So I'll also show you how I find keywords for it. So just say, for example, we was going to make a fitness blog and we wanted to write a fitness post. So fitness tips is a very generic keyword. So if we were looking for keywords, we might come into this tool. So one of the features of this tool is it has keyword research tool. Now, this has many different options. So if we were to initially look at it, first of all, it has search engine keyword suggestions. So what I'm going to do to show you how that operates is just actually click and search. and then you'll be able to see exactly how it works and how it brings up the results. So as you can see from here, it's got fitness tips and it gives me a score. Now these different scores are highlighted and indicated with different colors. So if we click check, it basically reveals the color and the numeric representation for that specific keyword. So here you've got how much volume it averages per month, which you can see clearly as you can see the flow of how much traffic it has or how much it's trending and whatever else. And then you can see here the score for the keyword. Now this is all based on metrics that's taken by this specific tool. So you can see the cost per click here, which will show you how much buyers are actually invested into this keyword. So this is buyer infused. So if you know that a word has quite a lot of, you know, cost per click, then you know that there's quite a lot of buyers within that area. So marketers are being charged quite a high value. Now this is quite useful to us when we're trying to find really good keywords. Okay, so anyway, in the following video that I do from this, I'm going to do a second part 2 to this to show you in depth of how I find good keywords on autopilot. I literally do it with ease. But what we're going to do here, so I'm just going to explain it on a basic level to you. Red indicates bad, which is, you know, really competitive. So if I was to click this, like as you can see here, this is competitive. You're going to see all of these sites' domain authority are quite high. So here you'll be able to see page authority, which is just the page authority of the specific site. These are the top 10 ranking sites. Then you can see domain authority. You can see the Moz ranking of what they rank it with metric. Then you can see Moz domain. You can see authority. So this is how much authority this page carries. And also, and then links. So these are authority links. Let's just hover over that, yeah, authority links. And I don't really pay attention to that too much, really and truly, which is why I didn't know it in depth. And then you've got here links. So these are obviously going to be just normal links. Okay, and then you can see if they've actually got the keyword in the title, description, or URL. So the URL is represented by the permalink, which is just this thing here. So that's just research, as you can see. So if we were to actually open this up, I'm just going to show you in depth how this tool works right now. So you can see, if we actually open it up, the permalink here is fitness articles. Okay, so the information we've got from here on this is that it's not included in the title, URL, or description, which, as you can see from here, it's not, but they're ranking for it. Okay, they've got a very high authority, so you know you wouldn't really want to try and outrank this site because you know it would be a job within itself. Our job as SEOs is to find the medium to high traffic keywords or decent level of traffic with low competition, which is the most ideal situation for you. So as you can see, I'm revealing some more of these words. Now, the best keywords you want to find are the light blue ones, which you can't see here. So these are like really light blue indicators, and it will have like a low score of around 15 to like 20. Okay, if you get one of those, you literally don't even need backlinks to actually rank a keyword with that. You can literally just rank it by writing good content and on-page SEO. Okay, but those are like gold mines. It's very hard to come across those type of keywords. But as you could see from the last word that I had initially on the page, the last keyword, I had a lot of those blue, or a few of those blue ones, I think. And then after the light blue, it goes into like a light green color. So I'll be able to show you that on the following video, but I will also show you if we can find them here in a second. But it will show you like a light green complexion, and that's like sort of easy keyword. The blue, light blue, is just really super easy. You don't really need any backlinks or anything like that. And then the easy ones are like light green. They might be ranging from 20 to 29 in numbers. And you'll see like it reflect over here, because the actual sites that will be ranking in the top 10 will be a lot lower in domain authority and page authority, and a lot lower with authority links and backlinks that are normal as well. Okay, and then sometimes obviously you can see here YouTube has a very high domain authority, but that's the domain. The person who made the YouTube video obviously is not going to have it. Does it off of age here, but yeah, as you get a bit more competitive, you're going to get medium green words, and then it goes on to these ones, and so on and so forth, up to the reds, which are like, you know, really heavily competitive words. Okay, so this is a breakdown of how that brings up. So as you can see here, which I was explaining before, one of the interesting parts about this tool is not only does it show you the trends, you can also see specific traffic for a URL and then reveal the actual organic keywords and traffic for that specific page. So as you can see here, this is a page from the site. So this is not the actual domain itself. This is just one page of the domain. Okay, so as you can see here, there's also like a blog that these guys have where you can go down and see more about the information that you're seeing, but I'm going to break that all down to you now so we won't need to read that. So from here, this is showing a green, which is like basically saying there's not a lot of keywords that they're ranking for, and then you can see the specific traffic that the URL is getting based on being at a #1 position for this specific keyword. Now this is like gold information in SEO, as many of you will know. Not a lot of tools actually reveal this information. They'll usually give you the domain traffic and domain keywords, not specific URL traffic. So that means we're seeing the traffic for this specific page. Because why this is interesting is, imagine that this site had, like, let's check how much traffic they have. Okay, they've got 27 million views per month, visitors per month, and you can see the bounce rate and whatever. This is SimilarWeb, which is a Google extension tool. I'll be doing another video in future explaining about all my extensions and what I use to work. But as you can see here, they've got 42 different keywords that they're ranking for. So you might be doing your research on another tool and see, oh, this site's #1 for this, and you don't have the available information to see what else is actually bringing them the traffic. And you sort of go for the keyword, and the keyword really and truly wasn't the one that was bringing them the traffic, because they could have been ranking for something else that's bringing the traffic. So to explain that further, if I open this up, you'll be able to see I can sort it by position, which it genuinely comes up the first time you click it with, and I can see obviously gym tips is actually the word that they're ranking for. Now if this was a site, say for example, that had a reasonable low domain authority and low page authority, I might think to myself, you know what, I can go for that. Anything that these lot go for, I might be able to outrank them, especially if you've got a stronger domain. So for example, if I'm looking at this and I can see gym tips is actually the word, so the traffic that's actually bringing them, that's getting them the word, sorry, that's getting them the most traffic on this page is not the one that we was looking at. So if we sort by traffic, we can see gym tips is the top ranking word that brings them traffic. So the word that we was looking for, fitness tips, they rank for #1, but it's not actually bringing in the traffic. Okay, and then you can see gym beginner workout is another one, and you can see the average volume for these keywords, and also how much traffic the URL is getting from that actual keyword. So if we look here and we sort by traffic again, you can see that it gives you a really accurate expectation, which is a realistic expectation, because you might go for this and say, oh, there's 320 searches per month. And as a beginner, just like myself, like when I initially came in, I was looking at this and thinking, okay, well, you know, I'll be able to get 320 or at least 300 searches a month. That's my idea. But this gives you realistic expectations, because as you can see, although this page is ranking #1 for gym tips, it has 320 searches per month on average according to the tool, and they're only getting 93 searches a month. 93 click-throughs. Now that could be different based on, like, if we were to sort of go, it could be that they haven't got a good title. So that's when you start looking at all that type of information. You could, like, this is how I sort of go around things. But as you can see, this is the site. It should be Everyday Health. So sometimes you might find that it gives you a bit of a skewed result as well. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. So it looks like they're not even ranking on the first page anymore. That is the only thing with any type of tools, guys. You know, sometimes you might find that it gives you a bit of a skewed result. So I'm doing this straight from the hip, as you can see. So sometimes you might get that skewed result. So we're not really getting a great accurate result there from that. But if we were to check this, say for example, they're position 2 on this. So let's see if this gives us the actual accurate information. And that's why you've got to cross-reference a lot of the information that you'll find. So the site is called, let's just have a look and make sure I'm checking the right one. It is called Planet Fitness. Sorry, I'm getting it wrong. I opened Everyday Health. So Planet Fitness was the actual first page. Okay, my fault. Sorry, guys. So as you can see here, they've got the 0 position, which is the snippet, plus they've got obviously the position #1 as well. So they're dominating this actual search result. Okay, so anyway, what we can see here is that if we were to go to this for this keyword, although it's getting 320, a realistic expectation is 93, but that is based on these lots, their title, so their headline and their meta description is going to make a difference on how people click through. Okay, because if you see this, if the title might have been a bit different, maybe a bit better, they might have a higher click-through rate, so more people click through, because people might be coming here and actually clicking on to another one because it has a better title, or it's more engaging, more interesting, more intriguing, all of these different things. Or sometimes you might find that because of the specific keyword they're ranking for here, people are getting the information here and then they're just bouncing and they're just going, because they've basically got the answer to the question. Okay, but that's about it. That's like really and truly how this little bit works. And what's interesting about this is not only can you see the actual URL keywords, you can also see the traffic, and then you can check the actual whole domain. So the same thing that all the other keyword search tools do. Okay, so we can open this up and you can see there's 76,000 different keywords that these lot are ranking for. We're going to get a real good insight. Look, you can see there's 20 pages of this, and I don't even know, 50 entries per page, and then times that by 20, and you'll get the results of how many is showing us. So you can see all of the different keywords that they're bringing up. Now, bearing in mind, guys, this works off of credit. So each day on the basic plan that I'm on, which is $18 per month, you basically get 200 credits, which allow you to do 200 of these checks. You can do this in bulk, which will count as one each, and obviously that's 3, so that will be 3 in total or whatever. Or you can do 20 searches. So these keywords, you can actually do 20 up here and 200 of these checks. But once you figure out a very efficient way of doing this, I honestly look at how much I've used it today. I haven't even done any searches. Why? Because I've already done my research on Saturday. So you should be doing that in beforehand. My research isn't due until tomorrow again, as I do that all in one day. But that's for another video. So as you can see, these are all the different keywords they're ranking for, and then this is how much traffic the domain is bringing in. Okay, so like I said, we can bring this up, and if this was a site that we thought we could potentially outrank, you can see there is like there's a minefield of different keywords here. Like, guys, there is so many keywords. It goes on for days. Like, there are so many keywords, and you could just basically bring up keywords and keywords and keywords. So for people who are saying that they haven't got keywords, like, these are articles all over. You could be taking like one from here, which is specifically tailored to, it looks like New Jersey. You could be taking like another one from here, which is another one, Granville Planet Fitness, all these different keywords. And then it gives you the actual URL. So you can see, oh, well, this is ranking, they're ranking #1 for this. But then it gives you the page of their site that's actually ranking for that. So you can see these are going to be 2 different pages, as they are 2 different keywords that they've targeted. So you can see here, look, these are 2 different pages, yeah, and we can check the traffic again there, 3.6 million. So you can always cross-reference that as well. Okay, so that's that, and we can see all of that information, which again, the cross-reference is kind of accurate. This is like 3.4 million, and that's 3.6, so it shows us. They also give you these social shares. So this is really good for if you're doing a bit of research and obviously you're just trying to find an article that's been shared quite a lot. So just say, for example, you've done a shareable article. You've done an article like 12 tips for losing £5 in 2 weeks or whatever. If it was that type of article that you want to be shared, then obviously you might come down and see what articles have been shared the most. So if they've already got like a huge sort of authority, then they're probably going to get shared regardless. But you want to find the smaller sites that are getting shared, so oh, it was based on the content and how good it was. So if we were to take a look just at this, obviously these are all big sites anyway, you can see here that this got a lot of shares out of all the other ones. So you might look at it and think, okay, what was it about it that was shareable? So you can see it's that type of article, 6 tips for gym newbies or whatever, like I just explained, like 12 tips for losing weight and all that stuff. That's shareable content. So if we come down here, you can see all the type of information and how they formatted it, the images and all of that type of thing, and that will give you a real idea of how you need to sort of construct your page. Then we can see here you can order an article. So you can actually order articles, different amount of word counts, and you can see here, like, you can type the main topic and also add instructions, and it will give you the price of how much the word count will cost you. Okay, so that's another feature on this tool, and I think they actually paired up with like a third-party site on this, because I did check it out one time. I don't remember where it took me, how I got over to the site that they use for writers, but it took me over. So anyway, so as we can see here, these are search engine keyword suggestions. So I'm just going to show you exactly what those are if we were to go over to Google. So if we're going to open this page here, we're going to just put that in, that same keyword again. And what that is these words down here. So you can see fitness tips for men, top 10 health and fitness tips. Okay, so I'm just going to go back there, and you'll see those same things we should do anyway. Let's just have a look, because I think I changed the keyword. Let's just have a look. There we go. So fitness tips for men and top 10 health and fitness tips. It's just the same suggested bar from down here. So what that does is it saves you the time of not having to come onto Google and click through these pages and do all your manual searches and all of that stuff. It just kind of gives you the idea right here. You've got all the information and more to easily access through this tool. You can see how many times it's being shared. You can see what specific URLs are doing well, and etc., so on and so forth. Okay, so that's that. That's the keyword search tool. I think I've sort of gone through that quite enough. There's also filters, so you can do it by cost per click, and also number of words. And just to give you a quick insight, this is how I actually find the keywords. I'll go through it in depth in the following video, because I'll tailor that specifically to keyword research. But as you can see here, I go for a maximum of cost per click of 1. Then I'll actually try and find long tail keywords. So the word must consist of at least 3 words or more, and also must be under $1 in a cost per click. So I know that there's buyer intent based around the keyword, but at the same time I also know that it's not too expensive, which obviously can reduce the competition in turn, because I'm giving it the instruction to find a long tail keyword that has a low cost per click, which in turn will obviously give me good keywords. So this is how I basically really and truly bring up these easy to find, easy to rank keywords, and as you can see here, this is like obviously the words that we've revealed. But if we start to look at a few of these ones now, I'll find some low, easy to rank keywords, and we'll just check it. Look, I'll show you here how it works. I usually do this. If you don't find it on the first take, then you can keep doing it, and you might find some easy ones as you go along, and whatever else. You just have to keep working it, and whatever else. So these are not really good traffic like that, but again, as you know, with most keyword search tools, it might tell you that the word is not that good of traffic when it could potentially be. So let's just say I do a lot of dog sites, so let's just say what can I say, there's a lot of mixes, so corgi mix retriever. Let's just have a look at something like that. That's something that's going to have loads of like low competition. So if I do a search for that, you might see the first word is like kind of hard to rank for, and then I'll bring up, okay, because I've already sort of found like words around this keyword. But if you add the filter, basically this is what it will do when you've got onto a good sort of run. You click filter here, and you'll see all the words that come up are like easy. So these are those light green ones. Look at this. This is like a blue one, guys. I mean, I ranked #1 for a keyword with no experience in SEO in the first month by ranking for one of these words. You can see 1900 searches per month. We can go over to Uber Suggest and check and cross-reference this. And also Corgi Husky Mixed Breeder. And look at these words. These are so easy to, this is like gold dust. I'm sharing gold with you right now. But as we go down, you can see if you click on these, the domains that are ranking for it, 1900 searches a month. That's quite a lot of traffic. You can see here, look, easy to outrank. There's all a load of green all over the page. So you can see here the realistic expectation for the keyword. So as you can see, this site's ranking #1. They're actually getting 11,000. So sometimes it works in your favor. As you can see, although they're ranking #1 for this keyword, that specific URL is bringing in 11,000 searches per month. So this can reveal the most high performing pages on the website, because just say, for example, the site's only bringing in 15,000 searches per month. So you go onto the site and you see the actual domain is bringing in 15,000 searches a month. And then you go and try and compete with them for keywords, but only to find that there was one page which was bringing in a whole 11,000 out of it. This is what this tool does. It will reveal it to you so you can see exactly what pages on the site are highest performing. Yeah, so you can see all of these different keywords. Look, it's a bank of keywords. And the craziest thing is, guys, when you actually check these words on this tool, it doesn't take no credit. So once you've done this search and it gives you this, once you've like revealed it, use like the left hand side, and then on the right is just the big search. But once you've done that once, I can literally click through and all of these and bring up all the keywords for free. Like, it literally uses no credits. So I can see and I can sort it by traffic, how much traffic. So I can see if this is a site that I can easily outrank most probably. Let's find one that I can outrank. So this is low. Look, domain authority and page authority is very low on this site. So I'm going to go, it's called low sodium, yeah? So we're going to go there, low sodium. We can see here they're bringing in 3,600 searches per month on that specific URL. We can also check out their other domain keywords after. So this is how I find a bank of keywords, guys. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is basically go here. I can see all the keywords, going to bring up the traffic as well. I want to see the most that they're getting the traffic from. So they're position 3 for this, 8,100 searches per month on average. This is the specific URL. Cost per click is under $1 as we obviously search for. Oh no, well that doesn't matter now because you can see those ones over. And yeah, basically we can see that from this keyword they're getting 811 searches monthly on average. So that's a keyword for me because I've got a dog site. So I might make like Australian Shepherd mixed husky. Then I might look at another one. Let's have a look. So these are relative terms. In another video, we'll talk about how Google actually groups certain keywords and ranks you for all of them, because these are all similar. So they probably targeted like one, and then eventually Google just started ranking them for all the others. Okay, but yeah, so let's have a look at, we can see that's all Aussie German Shepherd mix. So that's Australian German Shepherd mix. That's Aussie German Shepherd. Okay, so Siberian Shepherd, that's another word. You see, so they're 66 for this. This might be a really competitive term, but from that being 66, we can still see they're getting like a little bit of traffic, 3 traffic per month and whatever. Very low still. But yeah, so that's that specific keyword. If we wanted to check out, obviously, anything else from them, if we thought, oh yeah, that's saturated, all the words are the same, we could come over here and just check out all the words that they're ranking for on their site. So I can see each page. Look, if I click this page, it shows me. I can bring up all of the pages. So I know these are both 2 #1 ranking pages on their site, and I can see exactly what they've done, and it'll give me a good idea of how much traffic to expect from these. So I can see, obviously, the site has low domain authority and a low page authority, and they've managed to go hit #1 for that. I could basically, what I would do next is if I thought, oh, this is a keyword I'm going to go for, I'd save it like that, put it in my hit list of articles to write, note down the average volume and also the competition as well. So what I might do is just come and plug that in here. Look, now I've got a keyword, you know, so I'll go and check out the top 10 sites and see exactly why these guys hit #1 for that. So this is like a normal day of what I would do, guys. You can see, look, it's just bringing up tons. Look, it's an easy keyword, guys. Easy keyword. And, you know, this is how I'm finding it. It's just that simple. And, yeah, Aussie and Husky mix or whatever. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what it was. And I can see the amount of traffic and all of the different metrics that I was explaining. Okay, so that's that. And we can check keyword difficulty, which is just this side again. It just brings up that. You can save lists of keywords, guys. So if you got like a list of keywords that you wanted to save, like I could save all of these if it was like for my dog website and then I had a different site, I could save them and put them into a list. Can click save and then create a new list. Yeah, so I've got a list there, and you can create new ones, and also you can export them. So you can export them and it will come in a nice little PDF format, or you could do it in a CSV, which is just basically like an Excel spreadsheet. And yeah, it does all of that, guys. It's literally nuts. Look at that. I'm just gonna do anything there. Let me just show you how this thing works. It's nuts. It does so much for the price. I don't know why they're not charging more for this. Yeah, so look, we can see here, that's my keywords. Look at that. It's nuts. Like, it just breaks it all down. You can see the scores. So the ones that I've revealed, it gives me the scores and the lighting and everything. And then you can see here, obviously, the monthly search, cost per click, everything, everything. Look at that, like just like that. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, if we go on to the next part of the tool, we can see a brainstorm tool which allows you to basically plug keywords and it will brainstorm of different platforms like Amazon, Google Trends, Twitter Trends. So no longer do you need to go over to Google Trends to find the information. You could just plug an idea in here like dog, breeds. Look at that. It just brings up suggested words from Bing, YouTube, everywhere. Dog barking. So if we click that, research, you could go onto the actual research keyword tool again, or I could just click let's have a look. So yeah, sorry, this basically gives you an idea of all the different words. So it will be able to, you know, show you all the different things, and you can see like trends and whatever else. You just got to come in and play around with this tool a bit as well. I don't really use this section of it too much, and I don't. So they've got an extension as well, like an actual extension, so you can bring it up in the corner. As you can see there, it will just come up here, and you can have it just pop up in the corner on anytime you're on a website or on Google or whatever else. So that's another feature that I don't even know about, that I don't use with this tool. I think these guys are just doing amazing things. If I'm perfectly honest, I had a look at many keyword search tools when I started out, but this happened to just blow me over. Like, this was the most amazing tool that I found. So as you can see here, we can check out, like, obviously different websites. So for example, if I was going to do checking out one of these sites, I'll be able to bring up the backlinks. But this is the only feature of the tool that I don't think is good, guys. So it's okay, like it's good enough for someone, like, you know, you can check a specific page, or you can sort it by entire domain. So if we wanted to check exactly, you know, how many backlinks a site has, you can do that, and we can see that there's 1,000 domains which are amounting to this 10,000 mass. Okay, so on average, you know, each site is on average roughly showing like 100 links back to this site or whatever else, which amounts to, you know, the 10,000, if that maths is right, guys. So you can see the anchor text here, and obviously this is the words that the site is using. So if we copy that, I'll just show you for those of you who don't know what that is. You can see the strength of the domains that are sending links back to the site, and whether they're do follow or no follow. So do follow links are basically when Google's algorithm comes in to crawl a website, when they come in and the spider just goes over the site and goes through and searches everything to make sure that, you know, they can rank you, it will basically send that ranking power over to the specific URL that it's going to, if it's a do follow link. If it's no follow, then when Google comes in and tries to crawl it, it won't go through to that link. So these do follow links are like the most helpful to your site, because it will help your site to rank better, and obviously increase page authority and domain authority as well. So if we take developer website, and I go over here, it will take me to the specific URL that's linking back to the site. And then if I click Command F and plug that word in, we can see developer website, which is the link. And then if we click that, it goes back to the site, as you can see. Can you see that? Just like clockwork. So that's exactly what we've just done here, okay? And this shows you all of the different domain strengths. So you can see some of them are not as strong as others. The idea of having this whole thing, guys, is basically so you can see exactly what links are linking back to the site, and you can potentially go and get links yourself. Okay, so you can contact all of these people or go onto their site. If it's like a no follow, could be something in the comment section. They left a comment and left a link back. So this one says how to do bear crawl, and then you can see here, if I open the link, let's have a look and see what it says. Okay, so I'm just going to open that link. This was the first one. Let's have a look. So this was how to do bear crawl. You can see here, so they're actually ranking on ask.com for this. So that's like a, you know, sort of, I don't know why it's no follow on that, but you can see, so 80-day obsession, you just keep doing it until you find like comment sections and things like that. But you could replicate it. You could contact all of these sites and potentially try and get a backlink saying, oh yeah, I've written a, you know, similar article to the one that you've actually linked to. I would love for you to share my article, as I think your audience would find it useful, or whatever else, and they, you know, they'll potentially give you a link. The idea is that you can replicate a site and see exactly what backlink profile they have, and you can use the same thing. And then it also gives you the percentages of how many of these were branded keywords. So branded keywords are just basically the name of the actual site, like the brand of the site. So this is like Team Beachbody. I don't know, this must be something to do with their site. you can see this one. And if they had like others like URL, like so this, if it was like a link like that, then this would fall under other anchors, or sometimes it does show you the specific URL. But as you can see, it shows you the percentage. So you know, if you were basically building backlinks, even if it wasn't these specific same links, that you need to be using a lot of generic sort of anchor text of just saying, you know, like team this or whatever they've got, like, you know, fitness, beach body and all that type of thing. Okay, so we can see here there's some broken links here. You could also contact these sites, and I don't know, this might be a permanent link. I'm not sure. I think 301 is a permanent link. We won't go and check that now. But basically, yeah, if you do see broken links and things like that, contact the sites, let them know. So you could go over to a site that had a broken link. Say, for example, if this is a broken link, I don't know if it is. It probably isn't. Well, it's a 301 is permanent, I believe. But for example, if this was a broken link on the site, you could contact them and say, you know, you've got a broken link here. I would love for you to replace the link with my link, as I've got a really useful article that would your audience would find useful, or whatever else. And that's it. And then they might potentially give you a link. So you've gained like another link. And you want to build out as many backlinks as possible organically. You don't want to do it in like a sort of fake way, guys. But that's for another video again. Okay, so if we go through here, you can see that this is the backlink checker, organic keywords. Again, that's quite similar to the tool we was using back on the keyword search tool, but it would basically reveal how many keywords and what keywords they're ranking for, and the traffic the keywords bringing in. You could do it again by a specific page or domain. So if we was to just check the whole domain, we'll be able to see this. So you can see all the different words they're ranking for, and you can sort by position, sort by volume, traffic, cost per click, or URL. But I mean, you wouldn't really want to search it by URL because that's irrelevant. Okay, so it will show you all of the different words they're ranking for, and then the specific URLs that they're actually, you know, sort of at that position for. So you can see these are the ones, you know, this is like a specific page on the site, this is another page, and it shows you all of that information, guys. Okay, so that's that. And then what's really interesting is I've never seen this on any of the keyword search tools. This also has a YouTube keyword search tool. So you can see the last title of my last video I was actually trying to do some research on. But yeah, you can basically, it uses the YouTube suggest. So you can see it has like, you know, Google keyword planner, Google suggest, Amazon suggest. So even from Amazon, like, you know, if you're doing like some type of best product or something, you don't have to go over to Amazon basically and go into the actual the suggest here. You don't need to do that. Like if I was going to say dog toys or whatever, I don't need to do that. It basically does it in this tool, like right here. You could just click Amazon suggest, and then when you do whatever, it's just going to come up with those words, which is really good. I mean, you're not going to use that with the YouTube research thing. I've just confused the tool completely, but it's still bringing up like YouTube videos for that. So these are like YouTube. Yeah, see, because these are all YouTube results, and it will show you the age of the video, how many views it has, the amount of likes, dislikes, comments, title match. So if the person's used it in their title and description and whatever else, and then it will show you the trend of the keyword as well. There's tons of information. Now, one of the most interesting tools on this actual whole thing is you've got tracking as well. So I'm going to go over to that. I'm going to have to blur out this part, but you can track all of your keywords. So it will show you all of your keywords that you're currently ranking for. As you can see here, there's lots of traffic, all the different traffic that comes into my site. And you can see, obviously, the positions that I'm in as well for all of these different keywords. So you could sort it by rank, and it will show you. Okay, so we'd be able to see like all of the different ones. I had a position 1 for this keyword, but that's gone now. I'm not still ranking for that. But that it goes up and down. It's quite sporadic, but you can see where I've gone up, down, and all these different keywords. And then you can see like you can have different URLs. So for example, if I wanted to track like a different site or my own site or whatever else, I could basically do this. So we could click add URL and then submit. Okay, so it wants the HTTPS. So this is what I could do. I could basically do this and add that specific URL into here, and then I can add keywords. So one keyword we know they're ranking for is fitness tips, yeah? So we know they're ranking for fitness tips. So if we do this and Actually, let's find one. Yeah, I think they are ranking for that quite high. We'll check now anyway, we'll see. So keyword added successfully, and then you have to do the refresh, guys. So you might do it and not see anything, but all it does is it basically tracks all your keywords in the SERPs. So it does that as well. I think with the basic plan, you get about 100 per month, but you know, sorry, 100, yeah, 100 tracking words you can track. So we can see here, look at this, they're position 2 for this. So if I wanted to track this, I could, you know, basically show that I'm position 2, and I could track all of my keywords like what I'm doing on the other one. You can see the amount of search traffic and also your position. So it shows you the change per day and all of that information. And then what's interesting is it also gives you a graph, so you can see the actual wave. So once you get more data, it will give you a graph of, you know, your ups and downs for this keyword. And I'm not sure what that does. Okay, so this will show you the rank listing. So it shows you all of the different you know, URLs that are ranking for the keyword up to 100, you know, which is again really interesting. Okay, and you can add keywords, and if it finds more keywords that you're ranking for, it will say this. Look, so it's bringing up all of these words, and it's saying to you, do you want to track them, because we've also found them that you're ranking for. So if you're ranking for keywords that you sort of don't know of, it will start bringing it up so you can track and see where you are for those keywords as well. Because, for example, if you're ranking for a keyword and you haven't written a specific article on it, then you might want to write an article on that. Because imagine this has got like 5,000 searches a month and you're already ranking for it, like position 8, and you haven't even written an article. So Google just thinks your content is relevant for that keyword. You could go and write an article on it, okay? And then the last tool is this. So as you can see, this is like one of the most interesting things. So what this is called Content Assistant. And what this does is it allows you to know how much content you need to be writing to outrank all of the sites on the top 10. So if we take fitness tips, for example, we obviously know that this site's ranking for fitness tips. I might have found this keyword and thought, oh yeah, this is really easy for me to rank for. They've got a low domain authority, low page authority. They're ranking up #1. I can outrank them. At this point, I'll basically be trying to, you know, do my content. So I'll click search here. And what's interesting about this is when people get stuck with keywords, first of all, this is like one of the most important numbers to me. It tells me the average first page word count is 2,625 words. So I know that on average, the top 10 sites that are ranking for fitness tips, basically, like all of these, the average page 1 is 2,500 words. So I know I need to be going about 2,500 words at least to even compete. You know, and really and truly, if you're trying to outrank them, I'd advise going like 1,000 words over. So what I used to do is basically do this and go through all of these different keywords, websites, and I'd be opening all of them and then checking. Like I've got like a tool that reveals how much content they've got on the page. But as you can see, like I would have to basically copy all of this, and lots of pop-ups. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I would have to scroll all the way down like this and then right click. And some people do even worse and go over to that word counter website. But this just is called Word Counter Plus, and it shows me the word count is 3,400 words. So I was doing that for the top 10 and then trying to work out like an average of what I can find. This just does it, like done. Like that is it. It's all in one hit. So that's done, and then I'll basically note down that. So along with the keyword, when I note down, I'd also note down, you know, how many searches it has per month. So just say 1,300 searches, and this is in my hit list of articles that I'll keep to write. And then I'll also note down in brackets, I'll put down, you know, 2,700 words. I'll just round it up, and that's it. So I know when I go to write that keyword and I get it out of my bank of different keywords I'm going to target, I've got about 1,300 searches per month on average. And then obviously 2,700 words I need to at least be writing. Okay, so what else this gives you is it basically gives you all of the must words. So some of you may know what LSI words are. I always forget the meaning. So we can go check out the meaning of LSI words. Okay, so you can see here it's like latent semantic indexing. So it's what Google uses to determine the relationship of a keyword to obviously the word that you're trying to target. So how related your content is to a specific keyword. Okay, so I use this for YouTube videos in the actual keyword box as well, LSI keywords. They're really good. But as you can see, so you can do here, this is like, you know, all the different words. So share, active, body. So if we copy like the sort of number one sites, if we was to just go down here, just say for example we type fitness tips. So let's type fitness tips. You'll see that they're actually, is that the keyword we had in there? Yeah, so let's put that. You'll see that they've probably got like quite a bit of those words inside of the article. So if we do this and we try and copy, okay, so this, not this article, let's find like another one, a good example where we can get some content. Okay, let's have a look. These sites are all kind of a bit odd the way they're set out, but they're just really fitnessy. Okay, so if we copy that and we paste it in here, this is the content area. Can you see they've got all these keywords in there? So out of 20 words, they've got 16 involved in their article. So those words are all inside somewhere, yeah, inside of this. So what you would do is basically, once you've got your article written, you would come in here and paste it to see what words you're missing and whatever else. You don't need to get this 100%, it's just to give you an idea. I usually try and get it like, you know, over 50% at least. If I see that it's lacking completely of the words that are related to the article, then obviously I would just, you know, insert it from this. Because what I used to do is go over to LSI graph, and then after that I would basically plug my keyword into there, and that would, like, I would do this. This is what I would do. So then I would find the LSI keywords like this. But what it is, guys, is it's all time saving. Like, you don't have to go over to Amazon, you don't have to go over to YouTube. This has all of those different things. And again, look, any location, you can be sorting by location and whatever else. So these are the words you need to include in your article. Okay, so you've got these obviously LSI keywords here, which may differ from some of these, yeah? Okay, but you can bring it up in depth and whatever else. This is currently in beta as well, so it could improve over time, which is crazy because it's already brilliant as it is. But so then you can see the keywords. So these are related keywords that people are, you know, Google are suggesting on topics that are relevant to this. And then you can see the top URL keywords. So these are keywords that are found in the these are the top traffic getting keywords for the first ranked Google result. Okay, so these are the words that are getting the most traffic. So you, untold amount of information. Whilst I'm doing all of this, guys, believe it, this tool uses none of your credits. It doesn't use any of your credits, which is nuts. Hopefully they don't see this video because they might start charging you for it, because they certainly could. Okay, so as we can see here, it also gives you the snippets of the top 10 ranking sites. So if you don't even want to go onto Google to check that, you have that available to you here. If you just wanted to see the titles, for example, you might see, why is this one ranking so high? You know, probably because they got a good click-through rate. So you might check the titles and be like, okay, how am I going to compose my title? Because my title's not that great. And then you can see here, it gives you a good idea of all of them all in one. So this is like the information you would find. Then you can click view article and it will actually bring up the article here. So that's the actual page that we were looking at just earlier. Okay, and you can copy it and do all of that stuff. Now, what's also interesting is if you're writing an article and you're kind of stuck and you don't know, you know, what subheadings to put in, because as you may have seen in my last video, I was showing you all of the different subheadings that you can insert into your blog post before actually, you know, writing the post. So you do the subheadings and fill in the blanks. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you go back to it and then come back to this. But anyway, so as you can see, this will give you all subheading ideas. This is another. These are real questions that people are asking. So it's gone through the you know, the results for this keyword in Google, and it's pulled all the different questions that people are specifically asking. So it might be pulled from forums, it might be pulled from comment sections on sites and all different things. So it's telling you these are actual, you know, subheadings. And look, let's have a look. It may help you to gain featured snippets. So if you insert this several times throughout your article, you like different words, so you're answering all these different questions, basically you might get snippet for all of those, a 0 position where it comes up. Okay, so it increases your chances of doing it. And then lastly but not least, this is just a SERP. So this is showing you the average, this is the word count of each site, including the I think it includes the comment section as well. No, it does also counts the comments, But you can see, so when it gave us the average of 2,000 or whatever else, it never just took this page one. It basically took all of them. So you can see here, so it's taking the highest and the lowest number, which is 5,061, and then the lowest is like 476, and the average in between that is going to be that 2,600 number, whatever, 2,700. But that is it. That is the tool in a nutshell, guys. Honestly, I'm kind of out of breath now from talking so much in this. I hope it wasn't too echoey on the video, but this tool is brilliant. Like I said, if you go through my affiliate link, you'll be able to get a discount on this tool. I personally would highly recommend that you go and check this tool out. When you come through to the actual main page, all you need to do is basically be taken through to the actual main website. Let's just have a look if I can bring that up on a different thing, because I'll just show you and walk you through exactly how to sign up. So you'll be able to see exactly how to do that if my internet was a bit faster, which it is super quick anyway. But yeah, so you can see here you'll be able to get started, and then you can see the different pricing. You'll obviously be going through on a discounted price, and then you can just click get started. There's a $0 trial. I never knew that was available, but obviously this is like the basic plan. I think mine's like 18 or something like that, but you get a discount on that if you go through my link. And then you could sign up monthly, and that's it. So you can see all the different features, and you'll be taken to this page. You insert your email, create a password, and then you can do the different plans that you want based on, you know, your preference, and it will give you the insight to what you can expect. And there's a few testimonials there. Click agree, and then choose to pay by Stripe or PayPal, and then you'll be using my coupon code in here. So you enter the coupon code, which you'll find on the site. I think it's like KISC or something like that, and you put that in there, and then click register, and you get that discount. And that is it, like literally. I personally highly recommend you use this tool. It has helped me to find huge amounts of keywords. They've also got a blog that you can check out, and in my next video where I'll be showing you of how I find low competition keywords every single time, they've actually got guides on the site, on the blog, to teach you how to do that. So that's how I found all that information, and I tend to just read all the different information that they update with their site, and different, you know, analytic tools and everything. You know, I stay up to date with it because I love it all. So yeah, that's about it, guys. If you've got any questions, then make sure to just leave a comment below, as I'll get that answered within the next 24 hours. And I thank you for watching the video. So peace and take care.